sorry about all that. Did not realize how loud that music was either. Whoops! Alrighty, welcome back to Warframe Wednesdays. I'm your intrepid host, whatever, Fraggoth, and today we're doing more Warframe, because that's what we do on Wednesdays, baby! I think I have a form I have to build. Maybe not. I must have claimed it. Alright. No, I don't. I can't. These are expensive, but I can afford them, obviously. Alrighty. So, today I'm taking a break from doing Zariman bounties because, mostly because, being with a group that, like, doesn't know how to do the objectives is kind of a pain. Especially if it's one of the ones where you have to defend the extractor majigabberbob. I can't get too upset because people, like, it's not like it did a particularly good job of telling you how that mission actually works. Like, I don't think at any point in time it says, hey, you can speed up the rate at which this thing goes away so you don't have to worry about defending it if you kill enemies within its bubble. I don't think they ever tell you that. It's obvious when you do kill an enemy in the bubble and you see the golden gizmo goes zapping over to the thing. But you have to know that that's what's going on. And it doesn't tell you this. Which is a shame. What do we got? We got a sortie. We got a Prophet Taker. I could do Prophet Taker. I'm gonna do Prophet Taker and then a sortie, and then we'll go and kill our, oh, that'll be easy. That'll take, like, 5 minutes. Prophet Taker. Prophet Taker's a pain, but hopefully we'll have people doing it too. I just have switched my Prophet Taker lowered out. Prophet Taker. Prophet Taker. Splat. Vectus is not exactly ideal for this. Fair warning. I've done it before. It can be done, but just because it can be done doesn't mean you should. Most people, I think, use the Rubico or similar. I have to form my Rubico 1 or 2 times before I can get it to that point. 1 or 2 more times before I can get it to that point. I don't... Crits matter. And the elemental damage. Elemental damage that you have on there is what matters most. Crits matter second. Now we want to do Prophet Taker. We're going to do Prophet Taker. We're going to hit escape a lot. Actually, we're going to left click a lot. Left click a lot. Left click a lot. Click, click, click. The weapon we have should be... That's right, I have to actually interact with that. Yeah, melee weapon is the right one. Good. Whether they're on the right setting and loadout slot is another question, but we're not going to answer that until we're there. We're going to hope that this all works just perfectly without me having to do anything. Christ. Iron Bride Heavy is Impact. Blast? What? Oh, you can do 8 of them now. You just travel like half the distance. Nice. That's absolutely terrible. Alright. Good boy. Girl, whatever. Shoot. Please die. Thank you. Okay, we're good. We just saved ourselves. Where are you? Where are you? Stop it.
Is this a bad time?
Oh, wrong one.
Steve, what is it?
Very good.
Satellite just moved. Nev's crew must have figured out our bypass. It's realigning.
It stings! How long do those abilities last? That's the wrong button. It's okay. We're gonna do what we can do.
Pressing fire.
Oh, nice. We joined right at the end. Sick. And we want to do it right over at this leg, about to there should be fine.
Dreamers,
I
dreamers,
think we're good.
There
Maybe not.
no holding you all back.
Well, peace. Let's get out of here.
We did it.
Oh my gosh, tap button frag.
Get in there, Tenet. Rip out anything you think might help our cause. Fizz, what's that sound?
If you can get a heavy hitting crit weapon, with if you have a decent ribbon for it, you can put in serious work, but yeah. That's about normal. I may have muffed it, in fact, by being in operator mode. Whatever, it got taken care of. I joined late. Let me out. Oh, that's okay. Don't migrate me, please. We got our standing. We'll go bang out a sortie real quick. I am hearing reports that Banshee's silence actually shuts down Eximus abilities, which is hilarious. Banshee mains rise up. I'm not one of you, but, you know, keep rising. I used to play a bunch of Banshee way back when there weren't as many Warframes, but not for a long time. I play her now and again, but not frequently. Gammon. There we go. I still don't have Gyre. Next week. Next week I'll have Gyre. I have some of the components. Actually, it's the components for Gyre that aren't dropping. I've been getting other stuff. It's kind of frustrating. What do we got? We got easy, annoying as hell, easy. Okay. Whatever, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, he told himself. I'm wondering what the truth really was. The Mouse Master and Hapsier and Zoom. They are our guests for today, apparently. You'll join us on this journey. Yo, Mantis Gang. Let's go. I hope they release more hood ornaments for orbiters or landing craft. Just give myself some juice real quick. I say real quick, it's actually going to take a hard minute. But... Do I not have Arcane Energize equipped? Hello? Alright. The game volume cranked down enough that I can't actually hear the caches. Oh no! This is a bit of design flaw. This was great error on my part. Retsugyao! Did you pick one up? You did. Good boy. Let's go.
That's it. The drone is under our control now. Escort it to the extraction point.
I think I'm going to use the Phantasma today as well. Phantasma has more fun. Actually, that's a good idea. I should be doing that. Wow, we actually got a... No, we didn't. I thought we had a Switch Tele Loki. I was gonna be like, wow, we really have the dream team here. We don't. The dream team is dead. Long live the dream team. These guys, though, super dead. Wow, those are some low numbers. I mean, it is a sorting, but even then, those are some low numbers. Oh yeah, so I got the weapon. Get bullied. Get bullied twice.
The drone is safe. I will begin decoding systems immediately.
I have to look to see if the stance for where the stance for this thing drops. So I do not believe I have it equipped. Did I get it? Whatever. Eliminate the enemies. Goomba! Looking for red enemy dots. There's some. Okay, be armored. I get it. Disadvantage of not having high range is the turret's range is kind of shortish. What I don't know about Proteus turret is if greater range increases the distance at which the beam will arc off of enemies that hit. Because if it increases that too, range would be worth investing in. As it is, range is okay. But strength and duration feel better, to me at least. I would not say, oh, disregard range completely, because like her one has, you know, the shreddy one that does force and slash procs. You know, that having high range on that is good. Having high range is good for your turrets. It doesn't do anything for your dispensary. Nothing does anything for your dispensary except for duration. And strength does something. What does strength do to that? I think it increases how often it'll like do more drops per wave sequence. As it is, dispensary is probably one of the best helmetable item abilities in the game in terms of pure all-rounderness. Like, there's a lot of frames that can benefit from it. You're maybe better off going with something like Roar or whatever, but you don't need it. If you want to just like solo things, dispensary is a lot of fun. It's a practical ability, not a huge. Wow, you will not die. That's fine. Oh, I thought I switched. Did not. Much better. One more beauty. Where's the beauty? Oh, he did. Oh, cool. That's it.
Words coming in of so many it
Neato,
can be your
friendito.
fifth cell.
Friendo.
Nora is just beside herself with admiration.
That's good. Does that mean there's two Noras now? That's me being facetious. Sorry. Wow, there's a Excal Prime. Sick. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm telling you, dude, there's founders around. They exist. We're not a myth. We are not a myth. Unless you're on, like, PS, PlayStation, or Xbox, or Switch. Then we are very emphatically a myth. We do not exist. Actually, strictly speaking, that's not entirely true. I believe, don't know for certain because I've never checked. I've never confirmed for sure. I believe that when there was that period for both the PlayStation and Switch releases, and I think Xbox, there was account migration you could do. I know PS4 and Switch had it. You could vote to...
This is a rescue mission. We need to find and liberate the hostage before any harm comes to them.
If you were a founder on PC, I believe you could transfer Excal Prime as well, but I don't know that for sure, so do not take my word as gospel on that. I had no interest in doing it because at neither time did I have a PS4 or then a Switch. I don't have a Switch now, but I do have a PS4, but I didn't have it when Warframe was getting onto it. Buff this gun? Or is it just because I'm used to shooting like steel path things like 50 times with it to make them die? Because this thing is shredding right now. Oh, Eximus. He did. Eximus units aren't too bad. They may have nerfed them. I don't know. On Steel Path, they're a menace. On Steel Path, Railjack, they are a genuine threat that just will not die. In fact, they're so obnoxious on... Actually, in Railjack in general, they're obnoxious. Just like, to hell with Steel Path Railjack. It's to the point where I kind of just don't really bother fighting them unless I absolutely have to. Wow, that one went down hard. What was going on last mission? I have no idea. My Kuva Ogress should have been absolutely one-tapping everything. Don't get me wrong, pistols are like... Just because of the mods that you can get for pistols, like multi-shot alone. Oh, that's right, I was gonna switch to the Phantasma. I'll do that later. In fact, I'll do that after this. Phantasma's not honestly all that great a weapon, but I enjoy it. I enjoy having a pseudo BFG. I haven't gotten the new Gyre specific weapon yet. That appears to be the BFG healer. Come on. Oh, I wasn't the last one in. That's fine. I gotta get the timing right. You'll know I got it right when you see after images with mass. I should make my energy I need to make a Gundam skin for this. An F91 skin for this. That way I can say after images with mass and actually mean it. Also, I can go meep meep for meepy. Watch F91, by the way. The movie's slick. I was too slow. Too fast, rather, sorry. He was too slow. Or the server was too slow. Whatever. Bottom line, I didn't get it. It's a glitch. It's not, like, a thing that's supposed to happen. It's claiming I freed the hostage. That's a lie. I did no such thing. I didn't even get to them. Maybe I'll do, like, a dedicated fashion frame episode. Especially with the new material skins, which I've played around with only a little. I'm gonna do more. And now... Oh yeah, this is easy. Except it's Radiation Hazard. Radiation Hazard is, well, hazardous. Radiation Hazard can be a danger. I'm not worried. I know I can handle him. I'm going to assume the rest of these people are going to probably kill him before I can get at him. I'm going to save my energy until we get to the boss, and then...
A new researcher, Kyle Reiger, has made alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work will not only reverse centuries
It's doing
of
low
decay
numbers.
due
Huh.
to excessive cloning, but also allow for stronger and
I
deadlier
wonder if for some
forms.
reason I have like a different loadout equipped, or maybe they nerfed the Kuva Ogress. I don't know.
I'm very excited.
I might have dorked with a loadout or something. I don't do that often on weapons that I've got a pretty set plan for, but it certainly wouldn't be the first time.
A green assault team is heading your way.
I'm going to hedge my bet. Oh no, he's not going to show up till everyone's here. Never mind, that was a waste.
She doesn't love you, not like I love you.
There we go. I had the right idea. We're good. Teleport! Teleport, fool! Dare ya!
That sounds usual. Your deck will be faithful. This is for the tube man.
This is for the tube man!
Sit down on us if I have to.
Not the whole ocean. Don't ask why there's an ocean on Neptune, by the way. I have no intelligent answer for you. But it's Neptune. It's the ocean planet. No, it is a gas giant. It is like one of the most emphatically gas giant planets that we have. Other than, you know, all the other ones, like Uranus and Saturn. We've got a lot of gas giants. I don't know if it's an unusual number, because I haven't been to, say, Antares. Should be showing up any day now. That's gonna get blocked by the wall, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Tilrigger, go home! Oh. I didn't see myself get
Nowhere left to hide.
a
Nowhere
rad
left
proc,
to run.
but that's sure what that looked like. Oh yeah. These guys go down like a ton of bricks. Honestly though, they're more of a nuisance than they are an actual threat. Of course, everything's kind of a nuisance when you're more of a nuisance than a threat when you're
Come near me,
Protea.
and I'll
Protea
pound
just
you
kind of has a
before
giggle at
I
everyone's
leave.
expense a lot of the time. Protea is strong. Like, my only guess for why she's less used is because she's just kind of annoying to acquire. I don't know what they're shooting at, but they can stop like any day now. I am not rad procced. I just double checked. I'm pretty sure those were shooting at a at an ally's pet.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenet.
Love folks who love what they
Ah,
do.
affinity booster. That's not bad.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Oh, it's Uranus, not Neptune. Whatever. It's maybe like if they said it was a moon, it'd be one thing, but they're claiming it's the planet itself.
Inbox messages await the operator.
Cancel.
Reminder when-
That is surely from everybody's favorite stan. Is that the term we use now? Yeah, it's from Stalker. Going to the zone. Alright, so we banged out a bunch of things. So we've gotten a T set because we're special, damn it. We have combat reload because we're special, damn it.
Flash and
Oh,
button.
that's the one for
The day is
Tigress, I
won,
kind of want to give
not
that a
with
try.
strike to the heart,
I'm not doing
but
that.
100 cuts about it.
Actually, that wouldn't be hard. That one's a nuisance. Mining is a nuisance. I'd rather do that than bounties. 20 enemies in 5 seconds. That's kind of map dependent.
That's all for
Unless it
me.
resets the counter every time you kill an enemy. Alright, I'm gonna equip the Phantasma. Wow, nice job, dude. It's the one thing that showed up, and you're like, let's delete it. I think I've got a Riven on this one, so your mileage may vary. Yeah, this is reduced damage to Grimir. But it has boosted crit damage, which is cool. This is not... You know what? Okay, let me start fresh here. You, because you're pretty good. You're pretty good. You, I want to get Prime Chilling Grasp in there. I need to get Galvanized Savvy in there, and I am already out of mod slots. Why do shotguns have so many good mods? It's so expensive, though. Multi-shot's the thing, though. We definitely want multi-shot. And let me just real quick check what my sister is weak to. Probably
Ready for another round?
electricity, of course. Let's see, they're resistant to fire, which is, you know, tradition. And maybe, you know, the worst possible weapon roll. Technically not the worst. The worst possible weapon roll is impact at 25%, but that's what, the Tetra, I think?
You're really
Yeah, the Tenet
not
Tetra, which is the
kind.
one weapon I don't have yet. Of the Tenet weapons. And Kuva weapons, too, for that matter. Still waiting for a few more Kuva melee weapons. Hoping for, like, Kuva fisticuffs. That'd be cool. So, what I want to do, ultimately, is have primed point blank on here. I need more depolarities, bafflingly. And then get the elements to something that resembles respectability. It has radiation damage by default, so we keep that. Probably want to get Blaze on there. The Phantasma isn't, strictly speaking, a status weapon, but the way its secondary fire works would make doing secondary stuff not a bad idea. 40% status is not bad for a per projectile. That is not bad at all. Galvanized Hell is mandatory. Multi-shot is too good to not use. I have commentary, but I'm not going to worry about it, because there's not much I can do to fix this. I can get rid of Vicious Spread, but I don't have the points to equip Galvanized Savvy. I can put on a weaker version of Toxic Barrage. I can do that. Spread's not essential. Spread actually is beneficial. Like, the 90 damage is cool and all, but it's not essential. Spread is beneficial, because with Spread, you're getting much better coverage of these secondary projectiles, and your primary will go all over the place. So the Phantasma's primary fire is basically a baby flamethrower. It's kind of short range, it's not like the Ignis. I think it more closely resembles a beam weapon than a flamethrower, even though all the flamethrowers are actually beam weapons. As far as the game is concerned, they operate off of beam weapon logic, so to speak. So that mod that makes enemies explode when hit by a beam weapon, when killed by a beam weapon, works on the flamethrower. It's kind of a waste of a mod slot, because it does a combustion beam, because it does a flat damage total afterwards, and it doesn't scale. It does not scale well because of that. Yeah, I need more depolarities. Ideally, I'd fit Primed Chilling Grasp on there, because Primed Chilling Grasp is thick damage boost. But I can't. Let me see what the damage total becomes after I remove these two. 3802, it is less. We do not want that. So we'll stick with that for now. I'd really like to get Galvanized Savion, but again, I can't easily do that. Tux. Give me enough to get Galvanized Savion there? Yeah, barely. Actually, I can bump that up by 2 points, right? Yeah, I have 2 points to work with, so that'll help with that. I really wish they had a different system for that, but that's okay. We'll deal with it accordingly. Per dome? No, because it's on the wrong one. Very good. A depolarity would be ideal. That looks like it's all raw damage. Yeah. But I miss it. Like, when that scales up, it gets crazy. Now, ideal world, I would have Vigilante armaments equipped, but there's no realistic way I can make that happen. I just don't have enough slots. Period. This will not be like a dynamite weapon setup, but it's okay. Galvanized Savvy takes time to really start kicking in, but when it does, it's pretty great. This is more so, more obvious when it starts working. Okay. We are more than fine. Let me see if anybody's doing Sister... Stop doing this. There we go. I need to check my perusal to make sure I actually have... Yeah, I do. I can keep the wool.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and... cut down the... and make the Lotus proud.
Okay. How close am I, incidentally? I am very, very close. I am within 6,000. Or, within 7,000. I have 6,500 to get to Legendary 2. I could have done it ages ago, but I have been slow to get the, Well, I was still... I have to finish the star chart. I have to... Now I don't have to finish the star chart. But back when Harrow Prime dropped was when you could get to Legendary 2, I believe. And if you were a founder, as I am.
You must be feeling guilty. Need your tone.
Okay.
I'll oblige. Let my gavel wring justice off your thin tin skull.
Let's see if anybody needs Sister Murmurs.
Observe.
I'm not doing excavation. Mob def I'll consider. Capture I'll definitely do. Spy is okay, but not great. Defense is a pain. Rescue is easy, survival is fine, exterminate is fine, sabotage is fine. Envy. Gonna wait another 66 or so for a third, fourth. Then get the ball rolling. Extra standing, extra max standing gain per day, but also lets you grant a blessing every 24 hours at hubs. Hey, Talcal. Nice to see you. Aloha indeed. How are things rolling for you, Talcal? If I'm reading that correctly, it's tiny, tiny text. You winning? Sure, maybe. I don't know yet. Alright, I'm gonna get these rolling. We'll do capture. Captures are a nice, easy, soft way to start. All the usual sister and lich hunting stuff applies. Try to farm the dogs slash thralls as they appear, and rock and roll otherwise. Nothing too crazy. Well, it helps that I've been here since late 2012. Closed beta, so kind of a back in my day, we didn't have bullet jumping. We had Zorin coptering, where you took the dual axes, which acted like dual swords called the Zorin, and you did a slide, and then you did a melee attack, and you went flying that way at about Mach 62. You went really fast in a straight line. It sucked. It wasn't as good as people like to remember. That said, I don't know if I'd pay money, but I would definitely think about inflicting hypothetical violence to get like a super early build of Warframe playable again, kind of like a legacy server thing. I'd love that. The game was jank back then. It was janky. It was stiff. It was clunky. It was a whole nother game entirely. So time matters a lot for Warframe in terms of power. You can get anything you really need fairly early and fairly easily at like any level that you could hope for, but it's power is a function of time. One of the things I like about most of the grind up until recently... Why am I farting around with this dude? Where's the dog? There it is. One of the things I like... What is this aura? Thank you, dude. I like buffs. Buffs are sick. Um, what I like about Warframe is power is less a function of, or grinding is less a way of getting more power than it is ways of playing Warframe. Okay, let me rephrase that so it makes any sense at all. Where is it? Oh, he's got it. Nice. So in Warframe, the grind is not so much about getting bigger numbers, it's about getting more ways to play Warframe. So new weapons, new frames, which aren't necessarily more powerful than the ones you have, but do offer new cool ways to play. So like the Phantasma that I'm using is this shotgun grenade launchery thing. That's cool. I'm on PC. I'm on PC. If you are on PC, I am more than happy to join you. If you're on console, you'll have to wait a bit until they get cross-platform play-in, which is coming. Eventually. I don't know when. They don't know when, probably. I could use tap fire, I don't have to do that.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base.
If you want melting, you ain't seen them yet. It's soon. Well, I say soon. Soon is highly relative here. Soon in the sense that it's going to happen. And they have announced that they are working on it, but soon could mean anytime this year, could mean next year, I don't know. Hopefully sooner than that. It's, yeah. One of the nice things about Warframe is gameplay-wise, it's not super hard. It's knowing what you're doing first. And a lot of that comes with time and experience, and a bunch of it comes with having somebody who knows to tell you what the important things to know. I don't know all the important things to know. I have tried to help players get into it, like 2 years ago, and as recently as 2 years ago, and it is hard. Because there is a lot going on, and the game doesn't tell you diddly. This guy's not dying. Let's stop that. I don't like you anymore. You just took that like a champ and did not care. So I had to do it the hard way. But yeah, PC. I mean, we've been around forever. A lot of us. Even if you haven't, it's really easy to access resources that tell you what to do. But you have to be willing to go and like. It's less like knowing where to go to get information. That's easy. You go to the wiki. What's hard is knowing what information you need to get. Because all the information's there, and there's a lot of it. And it's really confusing. And some of it doesn't matter until you've done certain things in-game. So, like, what I'm doing now, you can't do until you've done a few things. Oh, here we go. Who are you? This is his. Theirs. I'm gonna shoot them in the nose. It's actually pretty hard. Yeah, there's a story. There are quests dedicated to the story. There are more of them than there used to be, but there we go. Am I rat procs? I am not. I don't know how they went down. Oh, I'm reviving their hound. I don't want to do that.
It's no coward. I'll give it that.
Yeah. It is easy to get the impression that Destiny is a Warframe clone. Because they have a lot of conceptual overlap. However, interestingly, Warframe was worked on quite a bit earlier, but didn't. Oh, hello, dog. But it was not the same as it is now. It was a very different animal when they were first doing it. There's lore, there is a story, some of it is interesting, some of it's like, this seems odd and goofy. Wow, they actually got 2 out of that one, cool. Possibly 3, which would be neat. There's a lot going on in Warframe. I do miss raids in Warframe, we called them trials, they were called trials. But not enough people played them, I guess. And they were always, every update, there were more bugs with them. So they, quote, temporarily, unquote, removed them. They like mentioning, oh, you know, this is nothing like raids, or this is like raids, it's coming back, and it's like, but they're not back. Please bring them back. They were fun. They were hard. Ultimately, it boiled down to, like, you have 8 people now, and does everybody know how this is done? If they don't, listen to the people who do. So, you know, your typical raid experience, really. Put out a clarion call, hosting, Sister Murmurs, 2-4 p.m. Yeah. They had fun little mini tasks in them, like you have to stand on the right buttons. If you've played like any of the raids in Destiny, it's fairly familiar stuff. Was fairly familiar stuff. Again, past tense. But what sets Warframe apart is movement from Destiny. Destiny has, you know, floaty jumps. It has the occasional little teleport dash. Warframe has all of that and then some. Itemization is also very different. Items are mostly hard set with little mods that make everything more powerful. Getting into it now is, I can only imagine, quite a trial. If you stick to it, props to you, because it's hard. Itemization in this is, I guess, closer to, say, in its way, like Mass Effect, I guess. In that you've got, you know, set items that you attach to your weapons that make them stronger in a specific way, except with a lot more variance in between. When I say Mass Effect, I mean Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, although I guess Andromeda kind of had that too. So if you played that, you have a fair idea of what to do. Yeah, the trading meta is a whole can of worms, and I can't really help you with that because I don't really stay in tune. I did used to be into trading. And slots are really the only major thing that limits you. They've started adding ways for you to get them outside of that, which is nice. You can get them through these Nightwave seasons. Season is in quotes because they last like a year, or better part of a year. So they do have Warframe slots that way, but Platinum is what you're going to need for cosmetics and slots. What you can do for Platinum getting is by doing, like, running relics to get, like, primed components, and then selling those for cheap, and just do that a lot, but it takes time. That's ultimately what wound up working for me, is I was like a primed junk seller. Because I would just, like, wow, okay. When I had lots of primed components and relics, I still have lots of relics, but not as many primed components, and I didn't need ducats to do the stuff from Barrow Katir. I would do, oh jeez, I am just falling all over myself today. Basically run relics, take whatever primed junk it threw me, and then just, like, sell it for, like, peanuts. Like a couple plat here and there. And that way, you know, people are like, oh, you're selling such and such for only 1 plat, that's cool. And then you just sell lots. But that was exhausting and I don't do it anymore. But it is a way. It's a fairly surefire way at that. To get plat steadily, and then like every 20 plat or so. Unfortunately, that depends so much on the complete weapon or set. Sets are your big way to get a lot, as you've probably guessed. What I would recommend doing, okay, good, it is getting shot, is going on to, let me find the actual website for you. Let me get through this. Warframe Market, which is a website that basically sets you up for success in that regard. It has, you know, what people are charging for what they want, and a way that you can just like hop in and ask them, hey, I saw you had this posted. I'm interested. I'll get you the website in a sec. I'll post it in chat. Let me just get through this, because I'm horrible at multitasking. This Nuller out of my face. Get out! Get out! Ah, Lil Lucretalox, you have returned. She doesn't want me here. He's gonna do a lot of backflips. She's getting blasted. That's good. Getting knocked down. I am going to not take her out, because I want her to stay level 1. There's a bunch of stuff I could be doing to stay alive better. I am not doing them. I'm going to do them now. Okay, not with you doing that. I'll just down her 3 times. So, because I'm playing as Protea, who is woefully underused, she's very strong. I honestly think I like her a bit better than Mesa. Mesa has higher alpha damage potential, that is, damage very quickly. Protea has like a billion other cool tools she can do as well as having damage. So her turret actually gets stronger the more it shoots. So it's very powerful. Whereas Mesa also gets more powerful the more she shoots, but it doesn't scale up quite as high. And you're stationary, whereas Protea doesn't care. Protea just backflips over it and says goodbye. It's been fun. And you're gonna have 3 turrets out. And so if you look at the back of this turret, you see how there's a... Okay, or I'll get shot by this thing. That's fine. Give me a sec. There we go. To disarm. They didn't get disarmed. That's good. Where is she? Give me a sec. I'm having to deal with a lot right now. And I'm bad at dealing with a lot. Okay, there we go. Oh, you will be. It is a lot of fun. I think early game it probably takes a while for things to click. I've been meaning to make like a throwaway burner account just to try the new player experience, but I haven't done it, partly because they sort of discourage it, partly because there's a lot of work I'd have to do to get where I am. But at the same time, I'd kind of like to know what the on-the-ground new player experience is, so I can be like, okay, I've done this, I know what I need to look for. This is how I can help. Okay. I'm making headway. My ally's having as hard a time as I am, so I don't feel too bad. I need to get energy orbs. I do have Arcane Energize equipped, right? Yeah, I do, absolutely. Very good. So this, I realize, is not easy to watch, because there's a lot of bright lights, there's a lot of, like, motion sickness inducing movement. And I am, like, having the worst time in the world right now getting anything done. There we go. So with the change in focus, the focus system, there's a thing you can do now by transforming into your operator, which you may not know about. You may not have gotten that far in the quests yet. I don't know. If so, sorry. If not, sorry. Let me get out my pistol, which is doing more damage anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Make it end. There we go. Whew. Yeah, so operators are a thing. They basically added a an on-downed state where you can get knocked out in your Warframe and then like zip into your operator and get like a couple kills and start running around again. So like a vengeance state, I guess you'd call it. It's really good. I forget it's there 90% of the time. I've tried to use it here because it's so... Oh, I landed right in the sapper. So smart. So it's called Last Gasp. And I can like run into swarms of these dudes and then I just come back from the dead because I'm awesome, I guess. Okay, let's get out of here. I want out. Oh my gosh. There we go. So these turrets. So Protea is bonkers. I don't know what you need to do to make the missions that you can get her from available. I'll look that up while I'm at it. Door's my one weakness. Also directions. Map's hard. Get flamed. Give me a moment here. I'm having a time here. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm out of here, man. Blech. Oh, okay. So if you've got the blueprint, then you're able to get her components. She's something of a nuisance to get, but not terrible. If you did the, oh my gosh, if you did the Parvos thing, where you have to go into the thingamajig and throw the discus and then make the things go boom and all that. If you know what I'm talking about, great. If you don't, I'll find the name of the mission in a minute. Okay. Yeesh. So you get it from doing those, basically. And I want to say disruption missions. There's a disruption mission I think you have to do. I'll look it up in a sec. So the website... Oh, Atlas is a lot of fun. Atlas can be great. Inaros is a good tank in that he's durable. Ooh, Foss, I think I have one of those equipped. Tweaking loadout a bit. Atlas is pretty cool. Like, his one is neat, his wall is situationally useful, his gaze is a handy crowd control gimmick. Warframe markets. What are you? Dot market, I think? Yeah, Warframe dot market. There it is. So for looking up prices for Prime stuff, I recommend Warframe.market. Warframe.market. So say you want to sell an Ash Prime set, because it's right here on the front page and it's easy to find. Basically, you'll go on to Warframe Market, and looking here, I am seeing that... Wow, that's a lot of people saying... what it'll do is it'll typically list starting with the lowest price first. I'm seeing 180 plat for the whole set. So that's the blueprint, the chassis, the systems, and the neuroptics. Not built, obviously, because you can't sell built components. So they're all selling it for that. Is there a way to... Oh yeah, you can also check buyers. So usually it'll trail down and people will want to buy But like, there's somebody who wants to buy it for 20. That's not happening, my friend. So sets are probably your big way to get plat. So you can get 180 plat for it if you sell it. That looks like it's the running price at the moment. So you can like go onto Warframe Market occasionally and just kind of gauge, okay, this is how much it's selling for. Now, I don't know. Region. Here we go. No, that's region. I want. Do they have it for system? Like PS4 or Xbox or Switch? Let me check here. Oh yeah, no, definitely recommend Warframe Market. Warframe Market is like anytime I've had to sell anything in the last couple years, Warframe Market is there. It's pretty essential. And then so like you can look, basically it's a good way to gauge this is what the market will bear. This is what most people are selling it for, and you can tweak up or down a couple plat here and there, and people will usually do it. Will decide to buy it accordingly. You can make a posting on there, and people can do it. Can be like, oh, okay, I see you've posted something there. I want to get it. It's got infrastructure for that. Assume all those prices are for PC. I do not know if they're different on consoles. I don't know. Because I'm not into. But that's your best way to at least get an eyeball on, okay, this is what people are selling this for. And so, what I would do, what I had done for a while was just like every bit of Prime stuff that I got that I didn't need back when I was on top of Prime stuff. It was like, oh, okay. This is the way. So for Warframe Wiki, here's the Warframe Wiki. Let's see, Protea. How do you get Protea? Protea. Do where components come from? They are entirely from the Granum Void. So you will need to do. What is it? What does it mean by rotation C on this? I think that just means you have to get all the maximum number of kills possible. Honestly, that's probably easiest to do solo, at a guess. Because it's a lower number, and if not everybody's on the same page, it can be a bit of a pain. Sure thing! No, thanks for tuning in, I appreciate it. I get nobody, so, like, I'm just, like, screaming into the void. But every Wednesday, starting at about noon Eastern Standard Time. Let me get a weapon that actually hits like a truck. There we go. You can if you want. I won't feel sad either way. But, I have the technology. It's a thing I can do. Let's do a rescue. Rescues are easy. Sure thing. Thanks for tuning in again. It is appreciated. Sorry about that. I would be playing as, what's his face? Revenant, but Eximus units with the current patch. Ignore his Mesmer skin. And Mesmer skin was like the one thing that made him bonkers good for high level stuff. You can still do some crowd control, you can still do... Oh, I want to get away from that boy. There we go. That's not doing a lot. That's not doing a lot. Okay, let me get a couple turrets up. Oh, it's... I didn't check my, Once I get 2 of them, which will not take super long, I'll start assassinating her. Oh, thank you very much. Twitch analytics being what they are, or Twitch algorithms being what they are. I don't have a Patreon or anything. This is a hobby. If I wanted to make money off of this, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. It's just not gonna happen. I knew that going in, so I do like niche streams that nobody wants to watch, and I have fun. Because why not have fun? And this thing. While I'm at it, I can do an overview of Protea. So Protea is good. Protea is 1. It has 2 modes. One throws out a bunch of forced slash proc orbs, and the other throws out a bunch of overshield boost orbs that give you shields over time as well as overshields up to, I think, like twice your shields, I think. What does this come up to? 1650, and I think it's... I don't actually know what my default shields are at. I don't actually know. The amount. So that's very handy, so that you can abuse shield gating, you can just generally have more survivability. Her 2 is her turret, which is a beam turret. It fires within a, I think it's a 90-degree arc in front of it, I want to say. Oh, I'm going to set up turrets ahead of time here. 2, 3. There we go. So the turrets, what makes them special? What makes them special? I'll tell you what makes them special. The fact that they shoot forever. They've actually got a really short duration. So I tend to put I spec a lot into duration for Protea. Because, now why duration over strength, Frag? Who knows? So you see that 8x, 9x multiplier? That's a multiplier. That is it doing 9 times the damage it starts with. That's pretty good. With max duration, you can get up to 29. So each shot makes it do more. Which is pretty good. Is pretty good. And each time the beam hits an enemy, it'll arc off, kind of like the Atomos, or the Amprex, or any of the other arcing weapons. Or the Kuva Nukor. There's another one that I'm forgetting. What is the other one I'm forgetting? Okay, this is rescue, so this is brain dead easy. Let's go down here. I did not time that or space that jump correctly. That's fine. I have a mod on my Parazon that makes it occasionally get a free auto hack in, which is extremely nice. It saves me a little time and effort. And now I'm going to jump down the bottom here. So the turret has really good scaling damage. Ideally, you'd have like both strength and duration. Duration happens to help with some of her other abilities as well. So I tend to spec more into duration. The distance that the beam can hit from and the distance at which the turret will fire is affected by range. So you do want some range, but you don't need a ton of extra range. 100% range is probably fine. So her 4, and I call them 1, 2, 3, and 4 because that's what their default binds are on PC. Also, the order of... her 3, rather, is... sorry, let's go chronologically. Her 3 is Dispensary, and that's actually an ability you can get helmethed if you get a spare Protea. And you can put that on any frame. So what Dispensary does is it will put a little flower, that thing on the ground, and it'll make orbs. It'll do Health Orb, Ammo, Energy Orb in that sequence. And then just keep doing that over time. So you can refill your health and energy at will. Because it makes orbs and isn't like Trinity's energy vampire, this means it works for any frame in any state. So if you've got a frame that has a channeled ability like Excalibur, Valkyr, Chroma has his 4 be a channel, anybody who's got a channeled ability, you can still pick up health orbs, usually. Oh, that's right, I need to make sure I have fast equipped. Let me make sure I have fast equipped. Fast. Do not have fast equipped. Let's get fast equipped. Here we go. Actually, I want to have a weapon that I've got. Do I have a greater Xeneric lens attached to this? I do not. Let me get a focus lens on here. Do I have a greater Xeneric lens? I have a Lua Xeneric lens. I'm about to do it. I use this weapon a lot. We'll be fine. And let me just double check my primary Merciless. Can I upgrade that? I can get that up to the next rank. Nice. So for the 5th rank of this, which is what I really want for the reload speed and ammo max, I have to get another 6 arcades. That's fine. Those you get through Steel Path, they're very good. Oh, he booked. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Whatever. I can do these solo. It's fine. I'm not doing... Oh, he accidentally bobbed out. No problem. Boasting. Sister murmurs. Mob def is doable. Mob def can be tricky with sisters and liches because if they appear while you're doing it, they can kill the objective very quickly, and that is not ideal. Oh, this is sabotage. We can do sabotage. Sabotage is easy.
Operator, were you visualizing a bloody battle?
I was having trouble on that survival because everything was so cramped. Like, everything happened in this very tight area that I was having a great deal of difficulty staying alive in. It's okay. I only perform poorly on stream. When I'm playing solo, it's fine. I don't know. Performance anxiety? I have no idea. So that's Protea's 1, 2, 3. Her 4 is weird. Her 4 is probably the hinkiest, if you understand my meaning there, of her abilities. It is both very situational and kind of tricky to use effectively. It's good. I need to lure it over here. Get over here, please. You did not go over there.
Look, I am actually going to hurt you.
How did you get over there? Oh, it's dead.
To let you know that.
So Protea's 4 kind of puts her in this, like, rewind time state. Basically, you activate the ability, like so. You get after images, so you know it's active, which is that trail of stuff following me. And basically, any powers you cast during this time will get refunded. You have a radial blast that occurs when you deactivate the ability, which gets charged up by doing damage to enemies. And when it ends, you do this cool rewind thing, which is both a help and a hindrance. You can cancel it by falling into a bottomless pit and getting the black screen transition thing. So you can sort of circumvent it that way. And if you die during it, you rewind right then on the spot. So it's quite handy. Knowing when to use it is kind of tricky. Like, it's not super useful on, say, excavates. Or, not excavates, exterminates. Because with an exterminate mission, you're constantly moving and forging ahead, trying to get from point A to point B. Well, killing enemies as you go, and moving towards the exit. With defensive stationary objectives, it's really good, because you're like, oh, okay, I'll just go back, you know. There's also a cute gimmick I like to do, where if I'm at the end of a... Oh, come on. I have, what's it called? The corrupted damage mod for primary weapons equipped, which gives you massive spread. So the shots go wherever they want on this. Oh, that's multiple explosions. Whoa! Oh, I got revived. I don't know how, but I did. Oh, I have no energy. No wonder I'm having trouble. Hello! Hey there, buddy. What's hanging? No move. No boy, no cry. We are living the 80s. Why am I trying to do that? Stop doing that, Frag. Stop going over there, friend. Just because I don't have any energy. Stop. There we go. So, because your turret's damage stacks, keeps stacking on itself, and high duration means it'll stack higher, 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 higher. I'd actually, and you can be mobile while using it, I would very strongly contend that Protea is in some ways, many ways, a better pick than Mesa. Mesa does have some nice self-buffing abilities, which are very good. Don't get me wrong, Mesa's strong, but I feel like Protea is a bit more useful in more situations. Oh, this isn't another one of these guys. New Exodus units are brutal. I'll let somebody else deal with that. Come on. Oh.
Fuel cell reinserted. When the reactor is restarted, this will trigger a meltdown.
I'm just going to use a cipher, I don't care. Indistinguishable from not using a cipher and letting the auto happen.
The reactor has gone critical.
Because I'm fast. Oh, I did not want the magnetized proc to occur.
This ship is experiencing reduced gravity and magnetic anomalies.
Oh, I am hitting the magnetic anomaly. That's why I'm not doing any damage. Okay. Thank you, low gravity. Swoosh. Swoosh part 2. Swoosh again, the enswooshing. That's right, shoot your own toes. I don't equip Prime Sure-Footed. Most people do, because launcher weapons are so good that why wouldn't you? Ooh, that's a sculpture. I want that. Give. Blech! I do not have, like, MLG Pro shooter skills, so my aim bad. So launchers are like a natural fit for me. I could really use energy now. Come on.
If I can face a disciplinary meeting with Sister Glarios, I can certainly face the likes of you.
Well, she came back.
I will learn from this combat experience.
I need more energy again.
Save me! Self-destruct!
Cool things with the new focus system, though. Is you can now with Zeneric, you get what's it called? Oh, thank you, dude. Every 60 seconds, you can get a power cast free, which is kind of useful. Where did you go? I have no idea.
You can't be a loser forever.
There we go, I got it right. So you're going to see my dropship swoosh away, and I will have cool after images like this. It's neat, okay? Swoosh. It's the little things, okay? Alright. I'm pretty close to having my second one, aren't I? I'm like halfway there. 3/4 of the way there. I'm gonna have one more encounter with her and then just start going for shanks. Oh yes, this is done. Splendid. I can switch to any other weapon at this point. Very good. That's what I like to hear. Any other weapon, of course, means the Kuva Nucor. It's really good. Like, the Kuva Nucor is disgusting. It's just way too good for its own good. Can't I? Yeah, I can absolutely equip secondary merciless, and I think I can upgrade it again. Yeah, I can. Even more damage, because it really needs it, right? I kinda... You know what? I'm gonna give Cascadia Empowered a try. I do not think it does additional procs. Not that I'm gonna be able to tell if it does, because I'm gonna have so many going on at once. But flat damage is usually super duper bad. But I want to see how that works. Let's see. I can now snag some relics here real quick.
This we give to you.
No. No. Yes. No. Okay. One that's relevant. No. Nope. Okay. Well, we got one relic out of that has something that I don't have. Very good. We got survival, we got exterminate. We'll do the exterminate. I'll actually switch frames. Equipment. We'll switch to Baruch. I play Baruch a lot. Baruch is also dummy strong. Baruch is, like, unconscionably powerful, in fact. I would contend. He's kind of like the ultimate in frames that can do the whole channeling thing. The problem is he's not great at exterminates because he takes a while to ramp up. I've harped on how Baruch is dummy good for a long time. In fact, practically since I started streaming. Well, no, that's not true, because I was streaming before I actually had Baruch. Baruch's good. He's such a pain to get, though. Like, doing Fortuna stuff and Orb Valis stuff is weak. There we go. 31 of these puppies. Fight me! So what you have to do in order to get... Oh my gosh, what is all of this going on here? Make it stop. Wow, that went down awfully quickly. I need to find a crowd of enemies real quick. So you want to, if you look at my health, there's this thing down in the lower right-hand corner. Is that my health? Not my health, my ammo down in the lower right-hand corner. There's this thing that says restraint. It looks like a hand. It's slowly opening, and there's a circle around it that's eroding away. So what I want to do to become super duper awesome, I want to turn into like Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. In order for that to happen, I need to erode that a certain amount. It is eroded enough at this point that I can start going full Fist of the North Star. Or I could do like Hokuto Ujoken. I could be more Toki, which means people like experience a moment of pure bliss as their head explodes. But we're not going to do that. We are going to go into it right now because strong. And to make that happen, we need to use technically our 1, 2, and 3, but I've gotten rid of my 1 using Helminth. Actually, I want to turn that off. What I want to do is I want to hit that, I want to hit that, I want to hit that, I want to hit 5, I want to hit 1, I want to hit 3, I want to hit 1 again, I want to hit 4. So my 3... That's right, I have to get close to you. He did! One punch! Sort of. You, for instance, are going to go down like a Led Zeppelin. More Led Zeppelin than that, please. So your 2, lull, makes things... no, L-U-L-L, seriously, that's what it's called. Because you lull something into a false sense of security. Ha ha ha. Basically does this radial sleep, which is very good. It's good in general for crowd control purposes, but it's really good for eroding your restraint gauge. Your 1 makes it so that everything aimed within a certain angle of your body... here we go, this is going to be brief. Everything aimed at your body within a certain angle, which increases with range, you'll dodge automatically, which is very good.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
As you can probably guess. The problem is, his 1 doesn't do anything if you've attacked recently, and recently is a pretty widely variable. It's like... It feels like an eternity when you're relying on that dodge to occur. And you will erode restraint by dodging things, which is good, but it's a constant energy drain over time, and therefore not so good. So I tend not to use his 1 much as a means of eroding restraint. His 2 is super good for it. His 3, these daggers around me give me both damage resist and they will erode my restraint gauge by, I think it's 1 point something %. So it's pretty good. I'm about to run out, but that's okay. Yeah. That was not the time for that to run out. I am displeased. Oh, she went down. She got knocked way back. Okay, we're good. We're good.
There's nothing like having your hard work recognized.
See, the difficulty is
like you'd know.
that the Kuva Nucor is already so good that I can't actually tell if that thing is doing anything substantial.
These used to be yours, but now they are not.
In any
yours.
case, so mostly I use Baruch's 2 and 3. 3 is good passively because when one of the basically when you're within a radius of an enemy, a dagger will shoot out and hit an enemy. If it hits the enemy, it staggers them and it takes away their weapon, and you gain restraint. These are all very good things to have occur. Now it only shoots 1 dagger at a time, which sucks. But with high enough strength, you can have like 30 something of them at a time. More if you have super high power strength. Let me real quick.
If I may say, operator, your chosen
And
Warframe
I
suits you.
need, what is it? Was it? I just saw it. My brain just deleted that information.
Ready for another round of
It is cavern thing.
relentless
No,
persecution?
it's hourglass. I need hourglass. Craw. Oh geez, am I that low on craws? No, I'm fine. Alright, so the ones that I know I've got set up as the first two. I've got Ool set up, which is honestly a total waste. Not a total waste. I have a couple Ools. Ools are great because they act as a wild card. You can use it for any. So I can start killing this thing now. The next time it shows up is the time I can try to kill it.
Parvos Graham first, to the Corpus Administration second, and to you, not at all.
So what's the practical upshot of lowering your eroding your retribution gauge or whatever it's called? Well, that's basically what your 4 is for. It is the restraint gauge, is what it's called. I know words.
You must deliver payloads and defend
That's not what I want to do. That and then that.
Be prepared
Oh,
for
other things that are cool about Baruch's 3 before I forget. I have like caffeine running through me, so my brain is like not here. Is you shoot daggers onto your allies, and they work exactly the same way as the daggers do for you, except they're free. They are free daggers. Oh my gosh.
If I can face a
They did not used to be free. They used to actively hinder you if allies were nearby. So the daggers provide you with damage resistance up to 90%, and it's like 10% per, I believe. So you only need 10. Well, 9. You only need 9 to benefit from it until they start shooting off of you, which they do in short order. But having excess of them means it takes longer before you start losing damage resistance. And that stacks with other forms of damage resistance, for what it's worth, which is a lot. So you want adaptation. Adaptation, it stacks with Mace's damage resistance. It stacks with what's it called? The one that Eclipse that Mirage has. It's very good to have. Very handy ability, and because it works on your friends, they can benefit as well. It gives them equivalent to, I think, oh geez, I don't remember now. Is it like half? Oh my gosh, get chain knockdown. This is awful. That was terrible. That was like 3 in a row. That stank. Get over here.
As Parvos would. Now I strike.
I'm gonna kick you up. Oh, they're level 5. This is gonna hurt. Did I? Oh, I decast it because I'm dumb. That's fine. So all this is leading up to, why do you care about restraint and eroding that? It seems important. Why do you care so much? Well, because it's your 4. You having restraint eroded means you can cast your 4. And while in, wow, that's slow. You have damage resistance. I want to say you might also have like dodge chance while your 4 is active. gosh, this is not going well, is it? Get zapped. I am seeing some flat numbers without status proc symbols attached. Wow. Okay, fam. We're gonna do this cheesy like. Appreciate that. I'll let him decide whether he wants her dead or not. He does. More doggy. And we get jumped. Oh my gosh. Cease and desist. Cease and desist. Oh my golly. I hate these. I need to... I'm glad I didn't activate that thing, because it would be dead by now. Why did I do that? Did I? Oh, my weapon got knocked out of me, I think. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh, jeez. Okay. That's, yikes. I did not know I was out of ammo. That's a little scary. Can we maybe kill her? Oh, don't put that in there, dude. It's gonna get killed. Oh, don't be like this. Do I have ammo yet? Yeah, I do. Okay. I don't have much, but I have some. I don't have ammo mutation on? I don't usually put ammo mutation on anyway, so it's not that surprising. Okay.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Alright! Settle down, sister. Take a boot. Why did that turn off? Don't do that. She's getting massive shield overcharging. I think I just knocked her into a bottomless pit. Bottomless pit. She's got like a slowing aura. I don't know if that's caused by the dog or what. Let's go save this dude. Alright, I'm eroding my restraint. So being able to activate your 4 is really good, because your 4 is this giant, like, you punch things, and you make a giant wave when you punch. That's huge. Absolutely massive, and does massive damage. Now, that's not the entire reason why it's amazing. What makes it go from being good to incredible is, why would you keep activating these? You know that your friggin' goon is gonna come, and they're gonna kill it. Don't be like this. Okay, that's a lot of restraint game. Very good.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I get the feeling that this guy might not quite be ready for this.
Working on it. Continue to defend.
I mean, I'm not exactly making a great showing for myself either, but even so.
Terminal high. Keep moving.
Get shredded, friendo! Trying to keep stuff alive. I'm having a middling time here. So there's an augment for Baruch's form. Now that I'm resuming the actual explanation. That makes it so that every time it hits an enemy, instead of doing whatever the damage you have set on mods, it instead does whatever the enemy is weakest to. And then the damage that you have mods attached to. And increases its strength probably by some ungodly amount. It is, suffice it to say, probably one of the most outright busted mods in the game, augments in the game. Like, if you are building your Baruch for his 4, and there's very little reason why you should not. It is something of a boon. It makes your 4 go from being exceedingly strong, maybe one of the strongest channeled / exalted weapons in the game, weapon ability things in the game, to being the most damaging single hit exalted weapon in the game, immediately behind the, what is it called, the Archivex, the thing that the Void Rig Necromech has, which is still the strongest. It is obnoxiously powerful. It's right behind that. And you can move while using it, so it's automatically better in its way.
The odds were against us, Tenet, but we did it. Mission complete. Looks like heavy activity ahead.
Go away. Interesting that it's doing corrosive. I have it set to do corrosive on its own, but I should also have... I should be seeing, like, magnetic procs and some other things. I'll have to double check. So Baruch is very powerful. The energy waves don't work on Eximus units, but the actual fist attacks do, and they are two separate things, both of which do damage. So if you're right up in someone's face, you hit them very hard. The energy waves will not hurt Eximus units in their current form until they lose their energy shields, but the rest is going to just eradicate them. Yeah. Roger, gotcha. I'm gonna switch it up for my part as well. Actually, I think I'll go with Sevagoth. Because Gloom, unless they've changed things, still works on absolutely everything. Feels like it works on absolutely everything, anyway. Try equipping Secondary Merciless. Secondary Merciless should scale better than Cascadia Overcharge. Should. That's a big should. I think that is the wrong mission. I'm actually not going to need the ooh in order to do this.
Thinking power and thoughts.
Everything in orders, operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt to address this part.
Try inviting him. There we go. In fact, I do that with more often than I care to admit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Mastery 15, he can do this stuff, but I don't know how long it took him to get there. Sometimes if people get like power leveled and given lots of stuff by being in a dojo, which definitely do, always get yourself into a dojo.
Eliminate all purpose threats.
Sometimes they don't learn everything along the way. Did it like spawn inside? I have no idea what happened there. Learning stuff is like a constant process anyway with Warframe. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty details of Sevagoth because, oh boy, there's a hotfix.
Hack into that disabled ambulance.
Oh, that's what I wanted to make sure is whether I had ammo mutation on, and I do not. On my secondary weapon. That's okay. I don't need it. I haven't run out of ammo in forever, so when that actually happened, I was a little surprised. Where's my 2? Oh, I remember what my 2 does. My 2 I activate after I do 1. I don't play Sevagoth much. Sevagoth's major strength is his 3, which is a hard... One of his major strengths is his 3, which is this very hard crowd control that scales with your power strength. That slows things way down. And it works on a lot of things that a lot of other crowd control methods don't work on,
There's a heavy unit
which
approaching.
is only slightly frustrating for us Limbo players who like to have our top slot, or our spot as top crowd control frame, utterly unopposed. And because it's a channel, it gets reapplied to stuff a lot. Unlike, say, Nova's Molecular Prime, which also slows things down a lot if you spec for it. But doesn't get reapplied unless you recast the ability. Why are we doing this thing? Do this the easy way. So, Fraggoth 3 also provides life on hit for all your allies that are in range. So there's some validity there for group support. Mostly, it's for the slowdown. If I use my 1, that grants a damage bonus or reduces enemy defense. It's one of the two. It's kind of the same net effect in the end. Do more damage to things hit by it. Shoot, I didn't see the time. This seems to happen a lot. Lots of lights. Visually incoherent as all get out.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
My previous computer iteration would be having slight difficulty here. Does it still work on them? Oh yeah, it absolutely still works on them. I feel angry. They must have just forgotten that Fraggoth can do that. I will. It is fixed.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Fraggoth is an interesting frame with interesting gimmicks. I don't know. It took me a while to really feel like I was understanding how to use him well. Even now, I don't think I'm using him necessarily the way he's intended to be used, because I feel like the way he was intended to be used is a little bit more work than it's worth. You're supposed to like transition between your two forms frequently, I think, but that's kind of a chore. Because he's like 2 frames in one. So I don't do it much. I just kind of focus all my time and effort on the starter form. Okay, so there's an update and I've got to go do it. Alrighty, give me a second. I'm going to do a quick intermission. I'm not going to be able to continue for super long anyway. So we're going to go get this updated. I'll check out the patch notes while I'm at it. It'll take forever to find, but we'll see. Come on. Anything? Wow, it's still running. It should not be doing that. Oh, there it goes. Alright, Warframe. Updates. I think everyone's doing what I'm doing right now. PC update notes, there we go. Zephyr and Chroma Prime hotfix. 3158. I don't care about those. Moving right along. Zariman mission changes and fixes. Added additional spawn points for Void Plumes, Sumacord fragments, storage containers, and Zarium accolades throughout the Zariman tile set. Fixed bounties not rolling over immediately once the timer reaches 0. Fixed a case where faction-based bounty challenges might not match the actual faction present in Zariman. Bounties will be refreshed whenever it happens, okay. Fixed an issue with the bounties not properly updating after host migration if players had already completed one of the objectives. Fixed kills from built turrets and Void Armageddon bounties with the Kill X Grenier Corpus challenge not counting. Fixed cleansed Exolizers and Void Cascade missions expiring immediately after host migration. Fixed extraction appearing early in Void Flood missions. I wish I'd encountered that one. That sounds convenient. Also fixed a second extraction marker that does not lead anywhere after migrating. Yeah, I've had those. Fixed Zariman Steel Path missions not being considered completed on the star chart when played from the Chrysalith. Interesting. That's probably what I've run into. Fixed extraction not appearing after completing back-to-back Void Cascade bounties after host migration. Fixed active Void, blah 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 blah. Fixed, okay, operator focus changes in trees. Oh, my update has been done for like a minute. Fixed switching to the last position you left Excalibur Umbra instead of your current position. Inner Might changes and fixes. Energy costs in the ability screen will now reflect their new cost when affected by Inner Might. Fixed an issue where Inner Might was being consumed without granting free cast on numerous abilities. Fixed some abilities with no cost or special costs consuming Inner Might despite not benefiting. And fixed Inner Might activating and allowing infinite casting from most Warframe abilities in the Grendel Locator missions, which have focus abilities disabled by default. Anything interesting? Oh boy, here we go. Fixed Equinox's maim being able to chain stagger Eximus units with Overguard active. Overguard as it was designed is resistant to CC. Any form of stagger proc present with Warframe abilities is unintended at this time. Oh boy. Which, I'm not gonna lie to you, I absolutely hate. Because crowd control reliant frames were already, like, being shafted, because the best form of crowd control is a dead enemy, and now it's like, oh, well, if you're... Now Limbo versus Eximus units is of 0 value, or next to 0 value, because, like, it doesn't matter. They don't care about what you throw at them. I don't care about that. I think it was Temporal Shot I cared about. Oh, it's the sling that disarms them. That's the one that slows. Okay, I see now. Far sling increases maximum void sling distance by 30%. It's too bad it's like an increase of very, very small. Really? There's additional Zenerate cosmetics? I did not know that was a thing. I missed that memo.
I've been thinking, Operator. I thought you'd want to know.
I've got 160k. Can I get both of those? I can get one of each, yeah. I don't go for headshots, so we'll go for no quarter for disarmed enemies. I like that I don't have to hold it anymore. I can do one of each, that's not a big deal. We'll go with just that for now. Yes. To say I had some in. It doesn't matter that I thought I had any in, but that's okay. What's a contamination wave? Second ability emits a void wave lasting X seconds that drenches enemies in void contamination, making them 20% more vulnerable to operator damage. Ooh. I may have to start using Materai. I don't wanna, because Xanarek is, like, still too good. I'm a very caster-heavy player. I cast my abilities like crazy. That's, like, how it is. I cast. We'll stay Sevagoth for now. Sevagoth, it's too bad, because Gloom actually can be applied to other frames. And it's right now probably his most useful ability in general. His one, I think, is the one that increases damage dealt, though. Let me just double check that real quick. Damage vulnerability, rather. And I don't know the math on that, but they have a 168% damage vulnerability after you hit them. So they take more damage with your one after they're hit. And I have a fair amount of duration, I believe. 10 seconds. It's enough. Okay, let's finish off this
Ready for another?
this Kuva system. This should not take especially long.
With Parvos Graham calling the shots.
What do we got? We got survival. Survival should probably show up. Let me just make sure she's Angie. She is enraged, so she should show up pretty much whatever mission I do. Now, if I'm very lucky, I have the order correct. This is not likely. I only need to get the first two correct.
One sector at a time. Keep the lieutenant distracted. Making all their stuff mine. Oh, I am good at this.
You know what? We can do Spy. Spy is fine. Spy is easy. We can kind of just ignore the objective after we get, I think you only need one. I'll go for it.
Your mission is to break into enemy
So-
vaults and steal any intelligence files you find.
Where's the doggy? Ah, there's the doggy. Hi, doggy. Get zapped, my friend. Get zapped and flagged and zapped again. How's it hanging?
I don't want.
Oh good, she showed up. Nice.
See,
Okay,
you
so now we get to
always
find out how
just
lucky I am.
Then I wouldn't have to. Have you met my hound? The gormless mass of metallized flesh that follows me around everywhere. You two have a lot in common.
Yeah. There we go.
Sister, you
Nope.
have been
Okay, we got the first
promoted.
one wrong. So we'll switch the first two that we have. If that still doesn't work,
Watch yourself. The alarms have attracted a Ursa.
oh no, the alarms have attracted a Bursa. Whatever will I do? Get around behind it, have a laugh at its expense? Yes, that is what we will do. I am actually going to solve this puzzle because I want to. How did you do it so fast, Fred? Well, it wasn't fast for starters. Second,
Stay focused. There's a heavy
that's
unit
easy.
approaching. We've got robots
Experience.
inbound.
You do a million of them,
Console is nearby.
you know
If you trigger
how to
the
solve them
alarms
quickly
now,
without even
the
really
enemy
looking at
will
them.
start destroying data.
Easy game, easy life.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
Oh wow, I am hemorrhaging ammo. Okay. Clunk. It is evident to me that I do need to, oh. Doc's up there, very good. I need to switch. Wow. Durability. Why did you do this? Okay, I only need 2 of them. That's even better. I'm gonna real quick. Let's get some energy.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Now, if I didn't want to stagger, I'd have Prime Sure-Footed equipped, but I am from a day and age where launchers were generally poo-pooed because they were too dangerous to use, because they would kill you. This doesn't mean that I have improved my play at all since then, but I accept risk.
The alarms triggered a person.
I tolerate a little. Okay, let's go get B. There are some tricky ones, the Corpus Spy tile set that could possibly throw me. This is one of them. Just gonna wait for that to go by and then sit right over here. Shoot. Nice work, Frag.
You need to retrieve that data before the data destruction is complete. You got it.
I should have just used my Zook. Would have been fine. Zook. My Okris. I'll go do C while I'm at it. Spy missions are easy.
We're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
Wow, they really did give me like a hat trick of all the actual tricky ones. Nice. Good for them. Jokes on them though. Done these before. The real joke is on me though, because we did not get easy mode. Okay. However, we do have a little thing going for us. Here's the camera. Oh no, don't be like this. Okay, there's a way to slip through that. I don't know where it is right now, so we're gonna do this the easier way. Stealthy way is ultimately to go through and go through the back here. Killing everything, wholly unnecessary. Did not need to do. We did it.
We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
This weapon's stance sucks.
Corpus walkers are heading to our location.
It's the new heavy scythe. How long are we for Murmur Gauge? Still need a couple more. And then we need her to show up. That's the real trick, is getting her to show up at all. Now that we've reduced her aggro by making her level up. Garuda Prime Neuroptics, so that was worth
You're
it.
wasting your time. This is completely futile.
Is it
Might as
now?
well be knitting socks within truck. Boom, boom, boom. Taking over the city.
Shush. Alright, so now we go to what? Is it Jupiter? No, Phobos. Back in my day. We won't go there. We'll do the spy. Oh, I was gonna switch my weapon. That's okay. That's okay.
A lone tunnel operative is raiding its ship for supplies. You are here to distract the enemy.
Oh, this is a survival. I've made a terrible mistake.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
I do have to keep an eye on the life support gauge, but we'll be fine for now.
Get ready for a capsule.
There we go. Sevagoth just makes the boss fights easy, or these fights easy, because he slows them down. I'm not going to tell them that Sevagoth's crowd control works on absolutely everything. At least not if you don't. By now I'd think they'd know, but who knows what they know. They being the devs in this case. But yeah, their decision with Eximus units to be like, oh, well, you know what we need to do for Eximus units? We need to make it so that they are completely unaffected by crowd control and stunning effects. And just kind of be annoying. We're going to give them this thick layer of over armor, or over shield, or whatever it is, which, quote, takes bonus damage from operator attacks, unquote, but unfortunately it also takes damage from everything else. And, oh right, also has the decided advantage of it's like, so operator attacks, let me put it this way, as a friend put it to me, and I think they put it to me best. 1000 plus 50% is always going to be less than than like 20% of a million damage. It's just, it's no contest. I'm going to use a Kuva Brahma no matter what, or an Ogris or whatever. All the usual weapons that were hitting like trucks are still doing massive damage, and are going to be the way you kill them. And now you've got Warframes that don't really have a use case against Eximus units at all. So all the strong frames that were already doing like huge damage against stuff are all still the viable frames that you're going to use for late game material anyway. So your Maces, your Mirages, your Baruchs, your whoever. Titanias. Limbo. All these frames like Valban, Limbo, Nyx got hurt pretty bad. They all just got taken from being, you know, this niche use case, which is like, you know, anytime you need crowd control to keep something from dying or being hurt at all, and made it so that Eximus units just ignore that use case. And you can't use that one use case benefit that they had to help you in any way against Eximus units. But all the frames that were overperforming in comparison that everybody was taking already, those are still very much the ones that are still going to be taken. And it's just very frustrating as somebody who likes the idea of crowd control frames, like myself, to just see them be ignored or outright shunned by the game. It's frustrating. Stop damaging. It hurts. Alright, let's get out of here. I mistimed my roll. You can roll through things if your timing is good. My timing was not good. Stagger effects, that is, from like your own explosions. It's tricky, but doable. And sometimes affected by network, unfortunately. Watch that heat kill you to death. Burn, baby, burn. He did.
I'll put these to responsible use, which is more than you would have done.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
I may not get this done. I'm a little upset. Because I've got to go in like 10 minutes. Yeah. I'm going to switch this to... What do I want to switch this to? Yeah, Tenet Cycron. Tenet Cycron is not quite as good as the Kuva Nucor, but it is pretty good. Not Cascadia Overcharge. Cascadia Empowered. Now, is that a flat 50% crit chance, or is that additive? I need to look that up. Give me a sec. Cascadia Farms, Cascadia Overcharge. Cascadia Overcharge can be purchased, blah, 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 blah. Drop rates, blah, blah. Secondary weapons that grants additional crit chance while overshields are active. But is it a flat? Additive with mods. Okay. Works off of base crit chance.
Stand by while I analyze the intelligence profiles of the Grineer. Error, not a number.
Yeah.
Did the operator enjoy this
Cascadia
witticism?
Empowered. What I need to look up is Cascadia Empowered. Cascadia Empowered. I know this is a boring screen to look at. We get a secondary merciless on there for now. Secondary weapons that deals a flat amount of damage on status effect. The damage type will match the status effects. Cold proc will generate an instance of cold damage. I do not think it is doubling your procs. Creates an extra instance of damage when proccing. A status effect does not affect the weapon's base or status proc damage itself. Does not have an internal cooldown. Not affected by damage element, physical condition overload, synth charge, or critical mods and bonuses. Affected by faction mods and bonuses once. Not affected by Eclipse or Garuda's passive. Triggers on Toxin procs by Toxic Lash. Doesn't trigger on Void procs. Affected by ability debuffs like Sentient Wrath. Okay. Not affected by weak spots, but is affected by enemy damage reduction, of course. Proc off Zenric's temporal shot bonus when used with Seeking Talons. Multiple procs caused by one shot will combine all instances of damage into one number. Okay. That's probably why I wasn't seeing a billion more numbers than I usually am. Indirectly affected by fire rate, multi-shot, and uptime. Synergizes well with heat / toxin DOT stacking weapons, giving them enough upfront damage to reliably proc galvanized mods themselves. Most effective on weapons with high... So is it doubling your procs then? Am I crazy here? Somebody comments, unaffected by weapon damage falloff is an interesting quirk. Might try some long-range shotgun shenanigans. Yeah, aside from the fact that like by the time you're fighting enemies where long-range shotgun shenanigans might be relevant to you, they're going to have like all kinds of damage reduction that's going to just disregard it. They're really going to prevent any buffing effects / mods from improving the damage of this thing, yet still reduce its damage from DR sources? Yeah. So yeah, like the damage percent after kill ones, like secondary merciless, are going to be better ultimately. But until you have secondary merciless maxed out, Cascadia Empowered is probably a little better on specific weapons, namely anything with very low base damage, such as the Twin Gracata, the what is it? Kuva Brack, the Kuva Nucor probably, Tenet Cycron. What's that? Kit gun. It shoots a beam. The gaze. Stuff like that, it would be very good for. So I'll try it again. What do I have on here? I do have diffusion and shot. Good. Let's see. This is toxin radio. Oh, right, because I only have a mono element. This is fine for now.
Well put together.
Let me look up the Hesper real quick, because I haven't checked to see if it's got any interesting gimmicks. I do not like its stance at all at the moment. It is not working for me. Anything interesting? No, it is what it is. It's a big murdery stick. Yep, nothing special. Okay, well, that's nice. I'll probably be equipping absolutely anything else
This
after I get this
sector
done.
is under new management.
Let's see.
And about
What do we got?
time,
We got a
too.
capture, we got a spy. Spies are easy, but it's not. Let's see. Defection's a nuisance. Spy again. Exterminate. How likely is it that you're going to
I
show up?
love
Not
my
very.
work.
It's not zero, but it's not very likely. Alright, let's bang this out real quick. I've got like, yeah, 10 minutes now. And then I have to run. Oh, I don't have tunes playing. Hello. Hello. Hello.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
No, not having it, my friend. So cool things about the Tenet Cycron is it's got the same additional bonus arcing between enemies gimmick that the Kuva Nukor has, as well as pretty good status chance, not quite as good. And it doesn't have the hidden status chance thing of the microwave effect that the Kuva Nukor has, but it also has infinite ammo with a regenerating clip magazine thing. So it's pretty convenient. I want to say it has ever so slightly higher base damage. It definitely doesn't have the same crit damage that the Kuva Nukor has, but the Kuva Nukor has, like, no crit chances, so it does not matter. Mission changed to an exterminate, so I'm exterminate. Oh, come friendito, friendo. Oh, you're an enemy.
Stay focused. There's a heavy
Soon to be a deceased enemy.
Corpus walkers
Like
are
so.
heading to your location.
So yeah, like you see, once if you look very carefully at the Eximus health bar, there's like this glowing thing around it, this silvery glow, an extra layer that gets worn down. You'll notice that when I'm using basically anything, as soon as that layer is gone, the thing dies. It's just no question. It just no contest. It's gone, dead, zap. But getting it down takes forever in a day. This does not change when you use operator weapons at all. On low levels aren't even going to be able to deal with the thing. Oh, nice, she showed up. I didn't switch them, did I? Oh my goodness, I think I didn't switch them. Okay, I need to ignore her. Shit. Because killing her at this stage would be a waste. I'm gonna go find regular mooks to kill. So yeah, that white layer over its health and shield bar just took a second to evaporate, and then it basically instantly died because you do damage to things, and they die. But like using operator weapons takes forever because operator weapons have such low damage to begin with. Oh, it's through here. Yeah, I forgot to do the thing. Whatever, she'll show up again.
We can work together.
I'll feel like an idiot if I actually had shifted it over. Feel like a bit of a tit. Bit of a dink. An entire dink. At least one dink, I will feel like.
Why are you trying to crack top level?
Alright, I
Disappearing?
had it so it was
I'm
Kra.
deranged?
And yeah, I didn't change it. So it's a good thing I didn't go and try wasting time on her. Alright, so we'll find out if Foss is the one. Oh shoot, I should put Ghoul in the last slot. Or middle slot, rather. There we go. So I'll have the second one right no matter what. I think strictly speaking you should have Ool as your first. I don't know. I don't like doing that because that gives you like this false sense of security. We can do Spy or Exterminate. I don't care. We'll do Exterminate. Again, we're using Fraggoth because his crowd control works, period, and it doesn't get dispelled because it's a channel or whatever. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for why its crowd control doesn't get dispelled by things that would ordinarily do it. Not that I'm complaining. Dive, Wen. Dive, Wen. Killing the dogs once you have maxed Murmur gauge basically just gives you increased aggro from the Lich or Sister, which means it's going to show up more. show up sooner and more reliably. How many kills do I need to get? Oh, 109 is gonna take forever. Unless I, you know, start taking care of business like that.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, hi. How are you? Here. See how long that takes? God. They should make it so that operators just immediately delete their overshield. If they did that, it'd be fine. That'd give you a compelling reason to switch to operator without it feeling like you're taking more time. The whole crowd control guard thing is unacceptable. I do not accept it. Like, it just seems so counter. They're like, oh, we want to engender more build variety. Okay, so by making it that so that the frames that are already overperforming in every conceivable regard in terms of mission use are going to be used even more, that's okay. That seems a little backward, but alright. I don't know what they were thinking. I do not know. Maybe their stated purpose was something else entirely. Or maybe they meant something other than their stated purpose. I know it doesn't make me want to use operators more, because...
Parvos Granum, your sacred token shall remain secure from the grasp of the idol.
Oh, that felt good. Deleting that individual, that felt great. Falling down here did not feel great. I still have to kill like 60 enemies. Where are they all? Spawn in, please. Oh, there they are. Hi guys, how's it hanging? There's an Eximus in our hills. Or two. Nope, my slow mode is active still. I thought I went into one of their bubbles, but I did not. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. That's bad. I don't want this smoke. I don't want this smoke. This is pretty dreadful.
I'm sorry. It's too late for mediation. You've escalated the situation way beyond the original remit.
Me dying might have caused her to lose aggro. I hope not, because I'll feel like a dork if it does. Ah, perfect.
Thinking, power and thoughts. Power flows through me.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
No fear! Your right-hand grenadier is here!
Oh, I have no energy. Okay, that's double plus on good. get lucky. We do not. Ugh.
A promotion
This is not
in
going well.
order.
I just assassinated her decoy. I didn't know you could do that. That sucked. Next time I'm just gonna hit 5. Go into operator mode. I can't do that, so Fraggoth's thing overrides. That's lame. Lame, I say. Lame sauce, McLamington. The lamest.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
The most lame. Okay. I don't know how to tell you this, but they're making me want to do like... Oh, actually, I can do that. If we're doing this the hard way. Let me find out what the third one is. I know the third one is in the first slot. The third one is Cavern. I forget what it's called. Jahu. So I know Jahu is first. I would almost go so far as to bet money that this is not number 2, but we're gonna leave it there because we have nothing better to do. Let me see if I can get one more attempt in. This takes forever when things don't go right early. Oh right, I was gonna switch to Zaku. Zaku isn't great. Zaku has things going for him. I know, I quote, know how to play Zaku, unquote. But I still don't find him especially satisfying to use. Fine, we've graduated to Jupiter. Ugh. He does do well with a movement, moving missions though, because you can snag baddies. I need more than this. Only 2 enemies is not going to work. I have 13 seconds left. I only have to... Oh, they have to all be in one place. Ugh. Or it died too soon, I don't know.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
You wanna... Thanks.
Sorry, it's too late for mediation. You escalated
It's just standing there shooting at him and he's not
way
dying.
beyond the original remit.
And apparently his bubble took away my 4, so I ran out of absolutely everything. Absolutely fantastic. This is why I don't especially like Zaku, is like, okay, yeah, you get into the game flow where he works, and if things go wrong, it's pretty unforgiving, because he doesn't have a lot to recommend him. Oh, but you get little auto turrets around you that shoot at enemies. Yeah, but they do kind of a relatively flat amount of damage that doesn't scale especially well, and... you need to have an actual crowd of enemies to get it to work. I mean, yeah, you can extend its relatively short duration considerably by using your 4. That's good, but... Do we have 15? Yeah, 60 points we
A Sister of Parvos.
I just have to make sure I keep my 4 up. There we go.
I'm officially killing. Perhaps that will be some comfort.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
I wanted to avoid this, and that's why I did things the way I did, but it's still... It's not perfect. It will not work every time. Jeez, that's expensive.
And that's my ship. See? We can work together.
Alright, I have time for one more. Do this capture. And then I have to run at speed.
You are here to find a target and bring them to the extraction point.
I'm gonna sit here a second, regenerate energy.
Okay, ready to blast these machines into spare parts?
Because I need a lot of it. I need... Jeez, how much is it abilities? I need, at a minimum... Okay, the first cast is free. I forgot about that, because I've got the Xeneric thing. I might use that to do my 4 early, then.
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them.
Wow, still friggin' died. Nice. Feels bad,
You
man.
represent an embarrassing mistake. And what do we do with those sisters? We shred them.
Gonna need more enemies than that. And at the moment, I am too killy.
Capture them quickly before they escape.
Now they go to wherever they were headed to. What is shooting me?
We'll interrogate the captain.
You are shooting me. Well,
Guard
not
is down
anymore.
here. Come out. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Half the number, less than half the number of these things I can get. That's okay.
Walkers incoming.
Move and strike. We have to win this.
No, it's around this side. It is not through there.
Amalgam technology. It's beautiful. Experience it. One.
Oh shit, that was the bind one. That's not what I want.
A Sister of Parvos. Official position. So you see, I'm officially killing. Perhaps that will be some comfort.
I think it's Accuse is the one I want to cast. There we go. At least it does damage while it's crowd controlled. Just, you know, you can't see it. Oh, it's down a level. Doi.
These used to be yours, but now they are.
Alright, with that I do have to run. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. I do appreciate it. Shows that I'm not... Well, that I am still screaming endlessly into the void, but at least 1 to 10 people out of 7 point something billion are tuning in. So my voice is nominally heard. I do this stream every week on Warframe Wednesdays, where I stream from some Warframe for a couple hours. I start usually at noon Eastern Standard Time, sometimes a bit late, rarely a bit early, but that's only when I start. I also do other streams throughout the week. I have a Mecha Mondays stream where I do something giant robot related or mecha adjacent. I did not want to start another one of those building. Right now I'm doing a run through of Gundam Seed Battle Destiny on the PS Vita. So, a rarity, as it were. It's fun. I also have a final stream, and I do have favorites, and this one is my favorite. And it is my Free Read Friday stream, where I read short stories and indeed entire novels aloud. Coming up this Friday is the climactic and thrilling conclusion to Quarantine by Greg Egan, and long-time listeners and short-time listeners as well will know that it is not the quarantine you're thinking of. Not the one that you may indeed this very moment be enduring, depending on your location. So do check that out. After that, I will probably do like a session of short stories, and then after that, probably should be starting my read-through of Hellburner by C.J. Cherry. It is a good book. You can find the previous novel in that duology, which is called Heavy Time. That's all on my YouTube. I've got links in the stream description. Check that out. But yeah, other than that, have a good one. Stay safe, stay sane, and most importantly, be decent to each other. See you all later. Thanks again. Bye.